Welcome to Greatness Coaching and Therapy with Heidi M. Today discussing weight and body management. My name is Ian and of course joined by Heidi Mollentze. Heidi, how are you?
I am doing very well. I'm so excited to talk to you about this topic today, Ian.
Yes, and I mean it's quite a sensitive topic, especially for the ladies, hey?
Yes, it is. And some people are actually downright fearful of this topic. But your managing of your weight and your body is actually a very big responsibility that you have. So you're going to have to face this fear around weight, around body, around all of the surrounding concepts, because you owe it to your loved ones, and you owe it to yourself to take control and to take charge here. And it's not easy, but it's very much doable. Millions of people have done this before, and millions will do it after you. So I say, look at your weight, look at your body, see what you're happy with, see what you're not happy with, and then do something about the things that you're not happy with. I want to jump right into the deep end of the pool here. And I want to say to everybody out there, you need to eliminate the 3 white poisons. Eliminate them. Don't even play. Eliminate white flour products. That's your breads and cakes and things. Eliminate it. Eliminate sugar. And the 3rd white poison, eliminate salt. Don't add salt to your food. Don't use white sugar. Don't use white flour product. Just don't. That's processed carbs. Don't use it. If you eliminate those, and you can wean yourself off, but don't give yourself a long time to do it. You just need a week. Wean yourself off, get rid of that stuff. You're going to feel much better, and if you feel much better, you're going to do much better. That is just immediately the place to start. You need a balanced diet. A balanced diet. And nobody has any excuses these days, Ian. If you want to know what a balanced diet is, type it into Google. Ask ChatGPT. You know, you can find out. Where there's a will, there's a way. Find out what is a balanced diet. So if you are a 35-year-old woman with 2 children, type that into Google. What is for my height and my age, what is a balanced diet? So consume your variety of whole foods, and this is a big one I want to shout from the mountaintops. Don't eat processed foods. Do not. Just stop it. Don't eat anything that's processed. Eat whole foods. How do you know if it's a whole food? You look at it, if you can recognize what it is. If there's one ingredient there, it's a whole food. If I'm looking at the steak, it's a whole food. It's a steak. I can see it. If it's something like a pizza, I can see there's a little bit of meat on it. There's like, pizza is not healthy because it contains protein and carbs and all the 5 food groups, you know. It's just not okay. So I can see many ingredients there, and I don't know, I can't recognize the ingredients in the base, for instance. I can't see what is in there. Then you know it's not a whole food. So that's very, very important. Focus on proteins and focus on veggies, the greens and the cruciferous veggies like broccoli, like any kind of cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, Brussels sprouts, watercress, that kind of thing. That's going to change your body composition immediately. It's going to be a question of 2 weeks and your body composition will change if you have a balanced diet. Then a portion control is so important. Be mindful of the portions. A portion is the size of your fist. Drink enough water, plenty of water. You need to stay hydrated. I know we all know that the body is made up of, I think it's 70% water, and we need to stay hydrated, but we forget to drink water. And fizzy drinks and coffees and teas don't count. You need to drink real water, like proper water that looks like water that comes from the tap or from a bottle. Water, just water. I have to reiterate, and I wrote this on my notes like a gazillion times: avoid processed foods. Do not eat processed foods. Don't. And then engage in your physical activity. It is so important to get moving, and you don't have to join a gym for this. Once again, you can YouTube or Google what kind of exercises you can do if you don't want to join a gym. But you know, from all the times that we've spoken to each other before, I'm a big advocate for walking your 10,000 steps a day, and make sure that you're doing a mix of cardiovascular and strength and flexibility training. Incredibly important. And then sleep, Ian. People need to sleep.
Ish.
You need to prioritize quality sleep. It has to be between 6 and 8. Some people need 9 hours of sleep per night. I'm so glad I don't need 9, because I would have FOMO all the time. Like, what am I missing out on? But if you need 9 hours, then you must take the 9 hours. It influences your hormones. And those hormones regulate your appetite and your metabolism. And you know, if your metabolism is out of whack, if your hormones are out of whack, then you're going to really struggle to maintain a healthy body. And you know, not once in this whole conversation or in any conversation that we speak to each other about this topic will you hear me say a thin body, a skinny body. You don't need to be skinny. You, in fact, don't be skinny. Don't be thin. It's not advisable. Be strong and be lean. Yeah. There's a difference.
Yeah, you know, I like that.
So you need to set your goals, set realistic, achievable fitness goals. Instead of always just setting weight loss goals, like I want to lose 10 kilos, how about setting a fitness goal? All right, I can do this long at this pace on the treadmill. I can walk this much before I need to take a rest. All those are kind of fitness goals. That is incredibly good to stay motivated with. It is a fitness goal instead of being stuck to the scale all the time. Because, you know, I weigh a lot for my height, but I have a lot of muscle. So if I have to weigh myself on the scale, I will have a nervous breakdown, I'm sure of it. I refuse to weigh myself. I measure myself. I see what I can fit into. That makes a big difference as well. And then consistency, Ian. You can't, of course you don't go to the gym once and then you expect a six. You need to be consistent. And that's why setting little mini goals for yourself also, this week to next week, this month to next month, that's going to be very important in order for you to stick to this fitness routine. And I just have to reiterate that. When I say fitness, I don't necessarily mean joining a gym. There are so many other activities that you can do. See what is out there and see what resonates with you and what you enjoy doing. Find a fitness routine that you enjoy. And then that positive mindset for maintaining a healthy body and a good weight is so important. Develop a positive body image and focus on your overall well-being rather than just what you look like What you look like is important, but that will come if your overall well-being is intact. And then the last one I want to say here, and this is so important, is stress management. You need to practice stress reduction techniques like deep breathing, engaging in hobbies, meditation, prayer, your walks. Walking is incredibly good for stress management because this manages the cortisol. And cortisol is your primary stress hormone. So if the cortisol is way sky high, it slows the functions of your hormones in your body. It slows everything down. It slows down weight loss. It slows down your thinking speed. It slows everything down if the cortisol is high and out of whack. Because, in the old days, we had to have this cortisol to propel us to run away from a tiger, for instance, or to fight the tiger, or to look after ourselves when we were still living in tribes in caves, right? When the fight or flight responses were so, we have this thing in front of us and we have to deal with it, this wild animal, for instance. But nowadays, our wild animal, the tiger, is replaced by an email that's causing you stress. Now, how do you run from the mail, So now what does your body do? It can't deal with this, and it gives you too much cortisol. This is, of course, very simplified, but I hope that people will remember the analogy that I just used. So enough sleep, again, is so important to manage that cortisol as well. So these are a few things that you can do to manage your weight, to manage your body, and to look after your body. It's all very simple, and it's all very doable. The big thing is that people struggle with is to get started. So once you get started, the motivation will come. I promise you that. And it's just so worth it, because the healthier and stronger your body is, the more you maintain that, the better your quality of life is. And the younger you start with this mindset, the better you will age. And that is ultimately what this is about, is the quality of life.
Heidi, as always, thank you so much for sharing that with us and for your insights. How do we get in touch with you? I believe you also have a nice program for listeners who are interested.
Yes, I do. Please get hold of me on 079-815-6305. It's always great to pop me a text message. And then I'm on Facebook as well, Heidi M. Wellness.
Heidi, thank you so much. Wishing you a wonderful rest of your week.
Thank you, Ian. It was wonderful to talk to you.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.